Ashley, so today we're going to do a cycle ergometer test to test your VO2 max. And what we're going to start off doing is taking your resting heart rate and blood pressure. Your legs have been flat on the floor. You've been resting for 5 minutes. Arms have been rested at heart level. So I'm going to take your resting blood pressure. And the blood pressure and heart rate will help us determine workloads for the cycle ergometer test. Resting heart rate, or resting blood pressure was 114/82. Alright, and now we're going to do a 6-second heart rate count. And I got that her heart rate was 72. Alright, so actually this is our cycle ergometer bike. It's just like a regular bike, except I'm the one that's going to up the resistance on you. So the bench is going to be level with her hips. So actually go ahead and get on to the bike. And so that way when she is on the bike, when she is fully extended here, and then her other knee is bent at 25 degrees. So Ashley, go ahead and warm up for about 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so Ashley's been warming up now for about 2 to 3 minutes, so we're going to start administering the test. So Ashley, I'm going to start the metronome at 100 BPMs. So try to keep your stride with that. There you go. Can you hear that?
I think you can clip it right here.
Where do you want to clip this? We'll clip that bad boy. Right there. Okay. Alright, so now we are going to start the test at 0.5 kilograms. So just keep cycling there. Alright, so you can see here that we are at 0.5 kilograms for the first stage. So Ashley, in 1 minute, I'm going to take your heart rate and see where we're at. So just keep pedaling. So in 15 more seconds, I'll take a heart rate. Ashley's heart rate right now is at 92, and she still has 2 more minutes left of this stage. How are you feeling, Ashley?
I feel good.
Feel good? Okay. We're going to take another heart rate in 15 more seconds. Ashley's heart rate is now at 95. So now I'm going to take a blood pressure, and then we'll determine what workload she needs for her next stage. Ashley's blood pressure was 124/84. So I'm going to ask that you hold this because we're going to take your blood pressure throughout other stages. Since her heart rate was 95 at the last minute, we're going to raise the resistance up to 1.5 kilograms. So we are now at 1.5 kilograms, and in a minute I will take Ashley's heart rate again. Ashley, how you feel right now? If I was to,
Feel pretty good.
if you were to look at this scale here at the rating perceived exertion, what number would you give it?
Let's say that I'm at a 13.
13. Okay. 13 means somewhat hard. So once Ashley reaches her heart rate reserve at 160, we will terminate the test, or 85% of her max heart rate, which is 169. So now I'm going to take another heart rate. Ashley's heart rate right now is at 120. Still feeling okay?
Yep.
About 5 more seconds. We'll take another one. All right. Ashley's heart rate is now at 140. I will now take another blood pressure. Ashley's blood pressure is 128/84, so she's still doing good with that. Now that Ashley's heart rate is above 100, we're going to increase the workload to 2.0. So we are now at 2 kilograms for Ashley's workload. In about 15 more seconds, I'll take another heart rate. Ashley's heart rate is now at 150. Ashley, how do you feel right now if you were to rate everything?
Not like a 16.
16. In 30 more seconds, I'll take another heart rate. Ashley's heart rate was 158. I'll now take a blood pressure. Ashley's blood pressure was 142/86. Little increase there. Since Ashley was so close to her heart rate reserve, I'm going to take another heart rate to see where she's at. Ashley's heart rate is now 162, so she has met 70% of her heart rate reserve, and so we will now terminate the test. I will decrease the workload back to 0. Ashley, keep pedaling. And Ashley is now going to do a cool down for 2 to 3 minutes. So Ashley has been cooling down now for about 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and check her heart rate and blood pressure, and then we'll get her off of the bike. Ashley's heart rate right now is around 100, which is normal because she's cooling down, so her heart rate should be coming down. Ashley's blood pressure is 128/82, which is normal because she's cooling down, so her heart rate should be coming down as well as her blood pressure. So Ashley, we're going to go ahead and stop the test. You can go ahead and get off the bike now. And we're going to have a seat for 5 minutes to get her recovery. So Ashley has been seated for 5 minutes with her feet flat on the floor and arms rested at heart level. So now I'm going to take a recovery blood pressure and a heart rate. So we'll start with blood pressure. Ashley's blood pressure right now is at 120/82. Now I'm going to take a resting heart rate. Ashley's heart rate right now is at 76, so she is fully cooled down and recovered. Alright, so Ashley's heart rate was at 162, so I'll find 162 on the women's side. And her workloads were at 600. And measure that up. And it looks like Ashley would be between 2.2 and 2.4, which will be 2.3 VO2 max.